Okay guys, welcome back to Six Cars. It's Thursday, day 4 here at Monterey Car Week. We're just posted up at the side of Highway 1 right now. It is the Tour d'Elegance day. So I do believe the cars have gone one way already, but we're gonna wait for them to come back down Highway 1 and catch everything that's in the Pebble Beach concourse, everything that can drive at least, driving along Highway 1. We should catch a lot of hypercars here too, because it's always a fun day to go for a nice long drive here at Car Week. So it's gonna be jam-packed. We have a ton of stuff planned after this as well. So of course, again, I'll remind you, subscribe, like, comment, and share to stay up to date with everything. You can flip the camera around and wait for all of these amazing cars to drive by. EV110 race car. The Bizzarini. There we go. I've been trying to find this car all week, the Speedtail. Here we go. There's the rotary Mercedes. Another Cizetta. And here come the hypercars again, the Chiron Pure Sport. There we go, Speedtail, 2 P1s. Wire Roadster Utopia and another Chiron Pure Sport. And a 9972 RS. That's always good to see. Here we go, guys. Great find on 17 Mile today. We have a Koenigseggs Jesko Absolute. Now, saw this back at the meet in the OC, but of course sworn by people. It's a lot less these days in a Carmel, so we can get a better look at it. And obviously it's not the Jesko Attack, so it doesn't have that big wing. It's more streamlined, going for top speed. You can see the interior, full carbon fiber. It's still got a classic Koenigsegg look though, much like the Agueras and the Regueras, which we do have back here as well. I believe this is the world record car, actually, the one that actually did the top speed run in Nevada. Behind that we have a Regera too. So my mistake, it's actually 2 world record cars. This is the one that did the top speed, 277 miles per hour in Nevada. Is a pretty famous YouTube video of that, obviously. There's another famous YouTube video of this particular car as well, this Jesko Absolute, because it set another record of its own, 0 to 400 and back to 0 in 27.83 seconds. So no one's done it faster than that. Obviously you can see the aero discs at the back, much like a McLaren Speedtail. They are going for absolute top speed, so any way they can get extra aerodynamics, they do it. Now behind the Agera RS and the Jesko Absolute is the Regera, of course, the single speed transmission, an incredibly unique car. Pretty interesting styling, I would have to say too. I think they were only set to build 80 of these in total, so obviously very rare. I'm not even sure if all 80 have been delivered just yet, but I do particularly like the spec on this one. White paint against the blue carbon accents, blue carbon striping, looks really good. It looks like there's a blue interior as well. Try and swing over there when there's less of a crowd and get a look while the door is open. Obviously you can pop the top off as well. Pretty signature move with the Koenigseggs. So yeah, pretty good trio, I would say here, guys. You get 3 different variants, and they're all parked up here on 17 Mile. You got the ocean in the background, and just an incredible view, and really what Car Week is all about. Side street finds in Carmel. Look at that, just getting a fresh detail. We've got the 812 comp, and I guess it's sort of like a brushed blue with some goldish accents. Really incredible. And yeah, just getting a detail here, so we'll leave the guys to it. Pete's Details, if that's the guys you want to see when you're in Carmel. And another nice side street find, a little random motel. We've got almost like a greenish gray 959. I don't think I've ever seen this color before, but it's really good looking. It's kind of hard to tell with the shade obviously from the balcony, but as you can see, yeah, a bit of green, a bit of gray in that one. And we also have this like gold chroma flare GT2 RS. I think we've seen this a couple times throughout Car Week, but it's been driving, and now we get to see it actually in person. So that's a pretty cool little double Porsche find here right after that 812 comp. Okay guys, this is probably the coolest thing we've found so far at Spanish Bay, the Gemballa Mirage GT. So just in case your Porsche Carrera GT wasn't already extreme enough, the guys at Gemballa can make it even crazier. Now this one is full exposed carbon fiber with some wild acid green accents that are kind of reminiscent of the modern day 918 Spiders. This one I do believe has a pretty interesting story. If you remember back from the early days of COVID, there was that Mirage GT crash in New York City. I am almost convinced, and I'm pretty certain, that this is the exact same car that has now been rebuilt into a totally different spec. So the old one was blue. This one is now just a full exposed carbon fiber with the green accents. If I take you guys to the back here, you can see the engine cover as well. See all the Gemballa markings, and it also has those acid green accents painted right onto the back. So just an absolutely incredible car. Even the Mirage GT logo at the back is finished in that acid green. They sound absolutely remarkable. You guys already know the V10 and the Carrera GT. It's one of the best sounding cars ever. And the Gemballa Mirage GT sounds even crazier. They take that sound and take it to 11. So hopefully we get to see this driving at some point during the week. But even just to see it parked is an absolute treat. And I do believe this was here before, but I didn't get a chance to actually video it because, as you already know, it's total pandemonium here. There's cars everywhere, but we do have a Rimac Nevera on display here at Spanish Bay as well. So the electric hypercar, just shy of 2,000 horsepower, and same chassis as that Pininfarina Battista we saw earlier back in the OC. And here are the McLarens we saw driving on that little supercar cruise down 17 miles as well, while we stopped for the Koenigseggs. Now, the one I actually want to show you guys is this 720S here. It's a Darwin Pro kit. You've actually seen one of these back at Toronto. We looked at it pretty closely and pretty intimately. So it basically has a Senna GTR style aero, except this one does have a different rear wing from the other one that we saw. The other one has a more Senna GTR like wing, where this one has more of a, I want to call it a P1 GTR wing, as it comes right out of that rear bumper and actually looks pretty damn cool. As far as crazy kits go, I think it's one of the nicer looking ones. Okay, this is that new Lotus Electre, the all-electric SUV, obviously first SUV that Lotus has made. I wouldn't usually stop for this, to be honest, but the paint is so interesting. I wanted to show you guys. It flips from like a light blue to like a pink, and there's a bit of yellow in it and different lights. If they put this on like an Avaya or a Mirror or something like that, it would actually be super cool. But yeah, I mean, I just wanted to show you guys the paint as it's parked up here, Spanish Bay. We'll see what else is in the parking lot here too. Very clean SLR Roadster in black. I think most of the time you see it's silver, but honestly black suits it incredibly well. And hey, front park, just ditched near the front of Spanish Bay. That's not a bad little spot as well. It's a Noble M400 rolling in purple. That is pretty sick and something we haven't seen yet. So these things are pretty nice. They look like a mix-up of a few different cars together, honestly. I think there's a couple different engines you could get. There's different variants, but the Nobles are really cool looking cars, and you hardly ever see them around, so that's a nice little find. With a 16.4 being unloaded on a trailer out of nowhere. So I guess not being unloaded just yet, but it's a great spec. White with the blue two-tone. It's a classic 16.4, no special edition or anything like that. And man, these OG Veyrons are so good. It's always nice to see a new one. And I don't think we saw this one last year or any previous year either. So There we go, another Veyron for the channel. Second 812 comp of the day, and I think it's actually the second 812 comp of Car Week altogether. We haven't really been seeing these around. I think I mentioned this in previous videos, but I do like the 812 comp a lot more than the F12 TDF. I just think all that they've done to this car, modifying it compared to the standard 812, it's such a huge step up. Everything from these little tiny winglets, if you want to call them, that just swirls the wind around, creates more downforce on the back end, right to the front. I just love the carbon fiber striping that goes across from either side of the hood, and look at that, it's just such a good looking car. I think this is sort of closer to the spirit of the 509 GTO than the F12 TDF was. It's almost hard to explain that one. I just think both of those cars have just such good designs, and the 812 comp is a real winner for me. And lo and behold, I was just saying, we haven't had too many 812 comps. There's actually two more here now parked outside of Spanish Bay. We've got this beautiful dark red one with the light red accents. That's a great looking car, similar to one we actually saw back at Cavallino Classic. I'm not sure if it's the exact same car. See on the side though, he does have number 27, which is the right number to pick. That's a great looking car. I want to show you the other one though, because it's a really unique spec. Here is the other one. It's a light blue. I'm not even sure what the exact Ferrari color code is for this one, but it looks really good against the yellow accents. And what's cool is the yellow stripes go all the way through the interior. You can sort of see a yellow stripe through the seat and the yellow bands on the steering wheel. It looks like it has blue seats too to match. And what's really cool as well is these painted the rear, I guess you call it duckbill spoiler, in that bright yellow. It's pretty contrasting, but honestly, I think it works. It pops really nicely against the blue, and this is a really cool and unique spec, and one that I have not even seen pictures of before. So that's another great find here at Spanish. And of course, we still have the P1 HDK and the Diablo SC30 parked. This is peak Car Week right here, guys. Just driving along through a random road. We've got the McLaren Speedtail and a Volcano Red P1 right in front of us on one of the nicest driving roads you will ever see, and this is just a real treat, guys. And we got a random Jesko just ditched at the side of the road. What is going on here, guys? And now the Jesko has joined us. Oh. Now here, I don't know the exact model, is a classic Mercedes Grand Prix racer. They're just about to tow it away out of the polo fields here. Honestly, guys, if I had to estimate, I would say this is probably worth $50 million. A pre-war Grand Prix car before Formula One even existed. I can't even imagine how much this thing is worth. And here it is just sitting in the open. We get so up close to it as well. This is just such a privilege. And it looks like, yes, they're literally just tying it to a winch and a strap, and they're going to tow it out of the polo fields. So we got a Sauber C9. We'll see that in a second. But might as well just watch the classic Grand Prix racer get towed away here, because this is sort of like a once-in-a-lifetime thing, guys. There's like $50 million rolling away there. Now, behind that classic Grand Prix racer is another legendary Mercedes, the Sauber C9. I believe we've seen this on the channel before, but I'm going to show it every single time I see it, because this car is just so iconic. It's a Le Mans winner from the Golden Era Sports Cars Group C. This thing is absolutely mega. It's got a huge V8 in it too, so I doubt we'll hear it start. There's no reason for them to start it right now, but it sounds mega. Just to be able to see it here in person so up close is just so damn cool.
Right there's good, right?
So they are going to move it. They got the door off, and the interior is pretty wild looking, and it's obviously incredibly hard to get in. You got the little shifter on the side there and just a ton of gauges. It honestly looks like an airplane cockpit inside. It's pretty ludicrous, and it's over 800 horsepower. It's about 2,000 pounds, so the power to weight is absolutely ridiculous. It's truly one of the craziest race cars ever built. Another pre-war Grand Prix racer from Mercedes. This casually carried on a flatbed here at Car Week. Oh my goodness. There it goes. Casual Group C Le Mans winner. Once again, towed by the back of a Jeep on a rope. Oh, pista piloti. Got the Monza SP2 with the helmets on. How cool is that? Looks like Daft Punk driving the car. Whoa. Little Ferrari lineup here. In case you guys didn't know, I don't own a Ferrari, so I don't think we're getting in here, but we got a 250 LM. That green pista is what I really want to show you guys, though. It's really popping out. I've never seen a pista painted that color before. I can only assume it's from factory as well, so that's nice. Another 812 comp. That one is in a Perta. Let's go. Rocket Bunny Cayman. All right. It's pretty good, actually. Nice kit. Now there's a shoot, guys. That's perfect. 17 mile. We got the Miura and a Lancia Stratos, something we haven't seen yet at Carmel. We can see pretty much everything but a Stratos. We just talked about it earlier, and now we finally got one. So that is beautiful. S2000 CR, let's go. More JDM. It's absolute madness here to close out the day, guys. We've got Gordon back in the Century. We've got the manual LP640 and the green LP720. And the Stratman has joined us today. We've got the carbon fiber Ventor we saw earlier and the Agera HH. But obviously the kind of crowd that they draw, it's going to be a tricky one to actually get up close and get any footage. But we'll see what we can do here. I told you guys we can't get up close to vlog, but that's how you do it, guys. Sunroof vlog. This is how you get all the good angles. And fortunately, no sunroof on the A4. Actually, we do have one. I'm just not using it. Yeah, the crowds around Strata are absolutely insane. This is officially the YouTube goal, everybody. That's the best way I can put it. But the two Lamborghinis you saw last night with the 640 and the 720 have started up. Obviously very loud. Gordon's back in the Century, rolling deep. And I don't know how long it's going to take these guys to get out of here, but we'll see what we can do with the footage. So once he gets a bit of space here, I think he's going to move out. So I guess we'll wait around and get some footage of Strat rolling out. Gordon's going to roll in the Century too, so should be some good noise and a lot of crowds. So let's see what we can do. Absolute mayhem. Goes the Strat Aventador. Look at this guy longboarding with the gimbal. Yes, sir. That's dedication. 720. There's Strat in the Agera rolling out. Guys, we are straight mobbing out here. Late night Carmel. We haven't really done this at all this year, but look at this. We've got the Euro-plated Diablo SE30 on a random side street. I mean, you go down these tiny little side streets in Carmel, it's pitch black, it's really hard to see anything, but this sticks out like a sore thumb in the best way possible. What an epic find that is. It's in the classic SE30 purple as well. What do we got here? Wow, look at that. Safari 911 going by. Got the TaylorMade 296 here as well. We got the classic TDF stripe and this nice baby blue. It also has the painted shields on it. We've got the Gumball Racing sticker there, 76. The sort of, I guess, light cream or tan interior too. Hey man, late night Carmel, you never know what you're gonna find. We got some good spots out here. Okay, it's really hard to see. We do have a green Revuelto here on Ocean Avenue. I don't think we've actually filmed Revuelto yet, outside of when we went back to Lamborghini Newport Beach, but there's a lot of police cars out. I don't know what is going on, but Ocean Avenue is crazy. There goes a GT2 RS. Yeah, I guess we should probably go see what the mayhem is, but there we go. Green Revuelto. Hold the phone, guys. We've got another Senna GTR here. This one is absolutely nuts. It's almost like a lime green. It's got this crazy livery on it. I don't even know what that is trying to be, but it's really, really good looking, obviously. It's a Senna GTR, and it's road legal. How can you go wrong? I don't even know what this is in front of it. It just, the plate is lever GT, so we'll have to inspect that, see if we can find it. Looks like there is a Chiron up there too, somewhere behind this crowd of people. Let's see what we can get. Okay, it's next to impossible to actually see this thing. It looks like some sort of Resto Mod 4 GT, but just done to the extreme. It's got a crazy shark fin on the back. Ironically, it kind of looks like a Senna GTR almost, just in a Ford GT body style. And just have a look again at the front of the Senna GTR. The livery is outrageous, and I think that is the third street legal Senna GTR we have found. We do have another Senna GTR parked up here. It is Pet Fred's, the Marlboro livery, so thankfully we've already seen that one up close. We have the YRBC back here too, which I do believe we've seen that one as well, white with the carbon hood and the blue stripes. And my mistake, we have seen this year on Pierceport before. It is basically the all exposed carbon fiber, and it looks like it's got, yeah, it's the blue brakes. So we have seen that one before, thankfully, because this part is way too crowded. But there's another car around the corner I want to show you guys. Boom, we've got an LFA, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, we found one. It took a long time at this car week. We do have one. It looks like it is red. So pretty rare color for this car, but check it out. This guy wasn't afraid to go and change the wheel. It's got BBS LMs on it. Oh, that's a good street spot here. Nighttime Carmel. A random 959 rolling through. And a Red Bull 992 GT3 with their crazy white mesh wheels. And just for good measure, we do have another SP3 Daytona here downtown Carmel. It's absolutely wild here, guys. It's kind of hard to see it in the dark, so can't really film it too much, but it is a dark red with some blue stripes. It's a pretty good looking spec, I gotta say, and it's a fantastic looking car as well. So I think it's gonna wrap up our night. Another crazy day here at Monterey Car Week. The hits just keep on coming, guys. Oh, we got it's an SLR 722 random spot, and we have a second Daytona. This is actually one we saw back at the golf club, so it's not new for us, but hey, can't complain. Seeing a Daytona again. The fact there's two here in Carmel in the middle of the night at the same time is pretty outrageous. Literally cannot stop spotting here, guys. We're at our hotel trying to go to bed, and we've got SVs, GT3RSs pulling in. It's just crazy. So thanks again for tuning, everybody. We'll see you on Friday. Oh. Car alarm just can't handle the V12.